So, to our final session of the People First Summit. Thank you so much for being with us right here and right now. And we have a multi-award-winning inspiring workplace in Calix. So we're pleased to welcome Parul Kapoor, the Chief Talent and Culture Officer at Calix, where she leads a global team of 1,900 employees. With over 20 years of human resources experience, Parul is a proven leader in cultivating high-performing teams and implementing forward-thinking HR strategies that drive business growth. She is passionate about building positive, inclusive global work cultures, especially in remote environments, and has been instrumental in navigating complex challenges such as mergers and acquisitions and scaling teams quickly. In today's session, our final session of the summit, Fostering a Great Culture Through Seasons of Change and Growth, Parul will share a case study from Calix, a 2024 Inspiring Workplace winner. She'll discuss the principles and strategies that have helped Calix maintain a strong people-first culture during periods of rapid growth and transformation. You'll attain actionable insights to elevate your own workplace cultures. So without further ado, let's bring Parul to the stage and hear from her. Thanks very much.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Parul Kapoor, and I am the Chief Talent and Culture Officer at Calix. Before I dive into our journey at Calix, let me share a little bit about myself. I was born and raised in India, and we have 3 kids, each born in a different country, India, US, and Singapore, and we now live in the Netherlands. Our family, needless to say, has a unique blend of experiences, having been in the majority and the minority in the countries we've lived in. This honestly brings a very unique perspective to our life, work, and everything else. Honestly, 5 years ago, if someone had asked me that the world would be a flexible workplace and I would be presenting at a virtual People First Summit, which follows the sun, I wouldn't have believed it. But here I am. While many people in the tech industry ask me, what is Calix? What do you do? And I always joke around saying Calix is the best kept secret in tech. So here we are. Calix is a company that enables broadband service providers of all sizes to leverage our end-to-end services in delivery platforms to simplify their operations, innovate for their subscribers, and grow value for them and the communities that they live in. Think about a parent in small-town Idaho who can watch their kids play ball while they're working remotely or working from home because the stadiums in that town are well connected using Calix services. Or imagine a parent in any part of rural America who can sleep well because they know that the internet they have in their houses is protected by using Calix value-added services like our engagement and partnership with Bark. This helps them know for sure that their kids are safe from cyberbullying. Or if you're a mayor of a small town, you can be assured that the first responders across town have seamless, safe, secure access to Wi-Fi. Whether it's a hurricane or an ambulance needing access to Wi-Fi, Calix Smart Town is a transformative force in an emergency response, leveraging safe and secure community Wi-Fi connectivity to elevate the capabilities of all our first responders with instant connectivity, organized resource allocation, and enhanced security. I am truly proud of what Calix does by enabling our broadband service providers to make their communities better than what it was a few years ago. So today, I'm here to talk about our journey at Calix and discuss how we fostered a great culture through seasons of change and growth. I've separated or segregated this presentation into 3 critical pieces, which are the 3 phases of Calix's growth: the transformation phase, the growth phase, and today, the current state. So let me start with the transformation phase. In 2011, Calix embarked on a 12-year transformational journey, invested over $1.2 billion to build a comprehensive broadband platform, transforming Calix from a hardware company to a platform, cloud, and managed services company. This decision was driven by Carl Russo, our then founder and CEO and today's chairman of the board. His vision to enable our customers broadband service providers of all sizes to reshape their business and address a once-in-a-generation opportunity to better the communities they live in. This bold move completely disrupted our industry, as no other company had done before. It required us to pivot our product strategy, demanded new expertise and skill sets in our employee base. Although seen by many, including the street, as a step back, it was needed to propel us forward. Navigating this magnitude of change tests and challenges a company's culture and puts the values established, our values, at test. Our values are threefold. Everything starts with a purpose. Know yours. You're expected to collaborate, create, and communicate. And last but not least, we invest in the success of others to be successful. These serve as guiding principles for decision-making and helping maintain focus on what truly matters, especially during the challenging times. We embrace the idea that culture changes every day. It's not a poster on the wall. It's not a Zoom background. It is how everyone acts and treats each other. It's the stories we tell each other. Executive leadership, along with talent and culture at the time, emphasized how culture is how every employee treats their teammates, their customers, and partners every day. This sense of ownership invited everyone to create a positive work experiences, even during challenging times. Managing change through uncharted waters has its challenges. However, we've learned that honest and transparent communication enabled us to continue to foster trust. We shared and celebrated our successes, but we were also open when our business was challenged. I'll give you an example. Something that doesn't happen in a lot of companies. During this time of transformation from a hardware company to a software company, we needed different skill sets in our employees. We no longer needed mechanical engineers or electrical engineers. We needed software engineers. Therefore, we had to let go of some of our team members, including some long tenured folks. During this time, we were very open about this and communicated it early and often with individuals who would be impacted. And when it was truly time to end their employment, many of those individuals sent thank you messages to the remaining Calix team members and wished them well and told them that they were going to root for the company from the sidelines, and they wished nothing but the best for them and for Calix. This is a testament of how truly communicating transparently helped us maintain our culture. We wanted to make sure that our vision became a reality. Every employee would have a chance to share in the company's success. This was pivotal to our founder CEO, as he looked around and looked at companies that were not creating value in a democratic way for all their employees. So we implemented a program that I think is one of the most unique long-term equity programs in the industry, which allows employees at all levels to be part of the company's long-term success. This program is called the Non-Qualified Employee Stock Purchase Plan, where Calix matches employee stock contribution 1:1 for every stock an employee purchases. We call this fondly our BOGO program. This is where Calix grants a matching share after a year of employee purchasing Calix stock. This is a unique program, and it provides employees an opportunity to create transformational amounts of capital. There are many stories within Calix where we know people have paid off their mortgage on their house, sent their kids to college, using the capital that they created by their ability to invest in the non-qualified ESPP. Great transformations happens by tackling one change at a time. Each step building upon the last. By approaching each challenge with a commitment to our core values, open communication, clear vision, we were able to navigate the complexities of this transformative phase. This methodical approach not only facilitated our shift from a hardware to a software company, but also strengthened our organizational culture and resilience. every small victory contributed to our collective progress. And it's through these incremental changes that we achieved significant transformation. A lot of people I tell that change doesn't happen immediately. After all, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither was Calix's transformation. The next phase is the growth phase. Prior to the pandemic, Calix was already very friendly towards remote environment. Over 53% of our workforce back then was already remote. Then came the pandemic. The disruption of the pandemic in March 2020, our entire workforce was forced to work from home, which became kind of the seed or the start of our remote first culture. And it was during this time, that people relied on broadband services even more, and Calix was well positioned to dominate the market. People were forced to shelter in place. Businesses were closing, companies were laying off people. Despite these economic challenges, we more than doubled our headcount, saw exponential financial growth due to increasing demand from our broadband service providers. We hired talent all over the US, expanded our China Development Center, and opened a brand new office in India. During this time, I think the talent and culture team played a crucial role in supporting the company and its employees. We implemented several initiatives to ensure the well-being and engagement of our workforce in a remote-first environment. For instance, we introduced programs like No Meeting Fridays, recharge days, a lifestyle reimbursement account, and other remote work benefits such as office furniture and ergonomic assessment programs. Even then, communication and transparency were key, with our founder and CEO, Carl, holding weekly all hands to update the team on the latest news, the state of our business, and it became kind of a tradition. It really allowed employees to ask questions in a safe space, to share their worries with their fellow team members. It created a sense of belonging and a sense of shared purpose, more than I thought we could ever create. Embracing this type of work environment was instrumental in fostering innovation and attracting top talent from varied and diverse backgrounds. This approach aligned with the company's core value of promoting diversity of thought, or what we call at Calix, perspectives at Calix. It really enabled us to strengthen our skill sets and create opportunities for employees that they might not have in their local communities. In addition, it had been particularly beneficial for employees who required flexibility to manage their personal needs, further promoting work-life balance. This was it started with the pandemic, but became a core tenet of our hiring and retention strategy, being remote first. Managing a great culture through the period of growth meant knowing what our past was, but even more, knowing where we were headed in the future. Unifying employees through a common purpose and how each employee plays an instrumental role at the company was imperative to our success. A few things we did so that everyone at Calix shared a common purpose and was at the same page with respect to where the company was headed. First and foremost was empowering leaders at Calix. Second was our talent management initiative called PATH. And third was using predictive index as a tool to hire and develop team dynamics at Calix. Let me go into a little bit of detail on all these three. Leaders at Calix. Leaders were called to stand up and commit to living our cultural pillars by embodying and promoting the behaviors that the company valued in every area of work. This helped set the examples for others to follow and ensured that values and principles that defined Calix's culture were understood and lived by all. Leaders modeled our three cultural pillars, coming together at least 1 or 2 times a year in what was called the Calix Leadership Summit, which was a program in which we called all global leaders into one common place. And this was an opportunity for leaders to get to know each other, network, hear from experts, and work on real-life problems. Imagine a scenario where my first CLS as the head of talent and culture had about 120 people, and the last one we did had over 400 people leaders. 70 to 80% of our people leaders were either new at Calix or new to their jobs as leaders or as leaders of leaders because of exponential growth that we had seen in the last couple of years. So it was really important for us to create platforms and forums in which all these leaders could come together, network, get to know each other, and have each other as a support mechanism before they went back to their day jobs in a remote environment. At Calix, all employees, especially leaders, are expected to create, collaborate, and communicate. Creativity and innovation drive value. Collaboration speeds and spreads innovation, and communication maintains context, forges alignment, and promotes freedom. For example, we have a training program called the Calix Cultural Foundations, which is designed to help new employees, new leaders understand Calix's culture, Calix's cultural pillars, hear shared stories, encouraging them to align their personal purpose with their role in the company. Leaders must ensure that their purpose is aligned with the company's strategy and they understand the context in which Calix operates. Moreover, leaders are responsible for fostering an environment where everyone feels valued and supported. We always we hear all around us companies asking employees to come back to work. We believe at Calix that companies who are successful at being remote first are companies where leaders are most effective. Not being able to have a productive staff or innovative products in a remote environment is a leadership failure. We believe that by empowering our leaders and by enabling our leaders to take the right decisions, by giving them all the tools that they need to have to be awesome leaders at Calix, we can drive productivity, innovation, engagement in the same way as being, or even better, as being in office. Leaders at Calix are not called managers. They're called leaders. That's because we consider them not task managers of jobs that people have to do. We consider them leaders because they are truly stewards of company's culture, ensuring that it remains strong and vibrant. The second thing that we did, the PATH program, or as I like to call it, the talent management program. No, we don't have a performance management program. We have a talent management program. No, we don't grade employees by giving them an A, B, C, 1, 2, 3 rating. No, I don't have, a bell curve that we are forcing leaders to follow. What we have is PATH. It is truly the guiding principles for growth at Calix. PATH stands for, you guessed it, purpose, alignment, transparency, and high performance. Everyone is enabled to chart their path at Calix. Guided by our core principles, PATH stands for purpose, alignment, transparency, and high performance. At Calix, purpose is core to who we are and why we exist. Our success starts with each individual knowing their purpose. Second, everyone is aligned in aligning their purpose with their teams and hence their companies' strategic priorities. Everyone can see why their work matters. Why do they come into work every day? Adopting a learning mindset, welcoming transparent and meaningful feedback is how we grow. There's a saying at Calix that most leaders will say, feedback is like a cup of coffee. It should happen every day. No, we don't have an annual review process. What we do have are very simple quarterly check-ins where a manager and employee can talk about goals, can talk about how they're doing middle of the year, can talk about compensation and rewards 3/4 of the time into the year, and finally they can talk about how the year went in the final check-in. It's simple, it's not process heavy, and doesn't feel like a whole year worth of things that people need to discuss with their leaders. It's very efficient and it happens seamlessly. Finally, the outcome that we've created by using purpose, alignment, and transparency is engaged and high-performing teams, living our 3Cs culture and accelerating our personal and collective goals. PATH is how we motivate and challenge ourselves to create extraordinary results for our customers, our company, and each other. And finally, predictive index. Something that I am particularly fond of and proud that we use as a company. It is a scientific tool, a scientific assessment tool that has helped us hire, develop, and retain our employees. I know most of you are thinking, is it even legal? Is it even okay to use a tool to hire? Absolutely. Predictive Index is an EEOC-approved tool. The assessment measures an individual's workplace behavioral style, general cognitive ability, including their capacity to learn, adapt, grasp new concepts. PI is leveraged during our hiring process to help understand the motivating needs of a candidate. Every candidate and team member takes the PI and receives their results in going back to our core philosophy of being transparent, offering insights into their work behavior. This awareness leads to action, enhancing personal understanding, and recognizing how others operate differently or similarly. Upon joining the team, managers have the access to the entire team's PI or predictive index profile to better understand how they can work with each other, how the team can work more effectively. Calix frequently provides predictive index training sessions to help leaders and their teams incorporate PI into their daily responsibilities. At Calix, we also encourage employees to share their predictive index with other teams, other colleagues that they work closely with, because it helps garner mutual understanding and makes everybody understand what's the best way to work with one another. Our commitment to growth and innovation encourages our leaders to break the mold and try new things. This is essential for fostering a culture of innovation and learning, especially being remote first, emphasizing the importance of failing first and failing fast and learning from their mistakes. We at Calix have created a safe space for employees to experiment and learn from their mistakes. With the ongoing pandemic, the growth of our business and the teams, keeping a pulse on the well-being of our teams and customers was at the forefront of everything we did. We took to heart what it meant to be a people-first company that prioritizes mental and physical health, which we feel ultimately creates a safe environment where people feel valued. Listening to employee feedback and taking quick action was crucial during our growth phase. Some initiatives like just-in-time training programs like Coursera, LinkedIn, Audible, Blinkist, Masterclass, HBR, and I'm sure I'm forgetting some, and focusing on mental health were amongst the first few remote-first benefits that we launched, and they all came from responding to employee feedback, and they were all global. The third and final phase, the current state and looking into the future. As the industry continues to grow and face economic and market challenges, Calix has gone above and beyond to support our team and customers. Coming out of a season of hypergrowth, we are now focused on establishing our learning and development team. We are aiming to provide learning opportunity for every individual at Calix, every leader of other individuals at Calix, and every leader of leaders. Remember, 26% of the population was promoted in the last 2 years. 75% of the people at Calix are brand new to Calix in the last 2 years. Our L&OD team has promoted adoption of development plans, equipping leaders and individuals with on-demand training on the importance of creating a plan of a professional journey and how to develop the plan. Calix's culture is currently thriving, characterized by a strong emphasis on inclusivity, continuous learning, and employee empowerment. We've implemented several initiatives to support new leaders, leaders of leaders, and succession planning, ensuring that leadership pipeline remains robust and effective. Transitioning from the growth phase to current state and looking into the future, we've realized we've onboarded a whole bunch of new employees and new leaders. We now need to focus on making them successful at Calix, providing them the necessary tools and training, programs and processes, which can make them successful and build long-standing careers at Calix. For new leaders, for example, Calix provides comprehensive onboarding and development programs. These programs equip new leaders with necessary skills and knowledge to succeed as leaders at Calix. The Calix Leadership Program, for example, includes modules in coaching, creating an inclusive environment, and the usual stuff of recruiting 101 and management 101 at Calix, and compensation 101 at Calix. But it also talks about perspectives at Calix. Additionally, new leaders receive regular coaching and feedback so that they can navigate their responsibility and grow into roles. We try our hardest not to leave our leaders to take their own decisions all by themselves. They're always supported by people from their cohorts, by their leaders, and by the talent and culture team. Leaders of leaders are supported through tailored development opportunities that focus on enhancing their strategic mindset and leadership capabilities. We offer executive coaching, 360 feedback, stakeholder feedback to ensure that senior leaders continue to develop and lead effectively. It is, after all, a significant transition from being a leader of individual contributors to being a leader of leaders. They don't just say it. It is true. What got you here will not get you there. Regular on-the-job development and feedback from the Calix operating leadership team, COLT, further enables transparent development conversations and professional growth for our senior leaders. Finally, succession planning at Calix is well-structured and thought-out process that involves identifying high-potential employees and preparing them for future leadership roles. And here comes our only talent management tool that we use, which is our 9-box talent grid. It is a key tool that is used in the process of succession planning and identifying high potential employees. It provides a clear overview of employees' potential and performance. This tool highlights high performers and identifies developmental needs, making it easier to plan for internal promotions and future leadership opportunities that might come by. Additionally, Calix has detailed succession planning framework that includes development plans, tracking progress, providing regular coaching, and circling and closing loop on the feedback. Calix's culture of continuous improvement, strategic development, and proactive succession planning ensures that we remain well prepared for future growth. The support provided to new leaders, leaders of leaders through succession planning initiatives reflects Calix's commitment to fostering strong and capable leadership team to ensure our future continued success. We all know that people are our greatest assets. Investing in them is not just the right thing to do. It is needed for the good of our business. At Calix, employee well-being encompasses physical, emotional, social, financial well-being. We have partnered with Unmind to be able to offer all employees globally access to mental health, resources, and support. We work alongside our global benefit providers to offer financial wellness and workshops throughout the year to educate employees on financial planning, no matter what stage they are in their life. The rebranding of sick days, which focused only on physical health, to wellness days, helped us reinforce the importance of well-being as a whole self. And it really helped us prioritize overall employee well-being. Our lifestyle reimbursement account emphasizes and provides employees with a wellness allowance designed to help individuals reach their personal wellness goals and support a healthy lifestyle proactively. Employee well-being is also fostered through social well-being, which directly is connected to making connections, a social network within the organization, and having a sense of belonging. Our affinity groups create opportunities for employees to learn from one another, celebrate differences, elevate a greater sense of belonging in the community. We have over 15 affinity groups across the globe and the same number of common interest groups. As a remote-first company in North America, building a well-connected and inclusive workplace poses some challenges. But we found some creative ways and fun ways to make in-person gatherings possible. One such program is called the Calix Meetups. These are employee-organized gatherings that give team members opportunities to meet, network, build relationships with those who are in the same local area as them. This is not an intact team exercise. This is truly a cross-functional exercise. Meetups aim to build camaraderie among our employees, strengthen our culture in return. We solicit and action employee feedback through annual engagement surveys, focus groups, and action planning. We have something unique called the Start, Stop, Continue initiative that asks for feedback and reports on progress and actions in every all hands that we have. We recently celebrated 25 years, and we wouldn't be where we are today without our teams. By cultivating a people-first culture that is driven by purpose, and rooted in trust, we have been able to transform the broadband industry and communities we serve. Thank you all for joining me today. It has been my privilege to share my thoughts, insights, stories, and strategies that put people at the heart of Calix. As we conclude, let's remember that our greatest asset is our people. By fostering a culture of inclusivity, innovation, and continuous growth, we can achieve remarkable success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Parul. I don't think we could have finished 24 hours of incredible talks with anybody more inspirational and passionate about the topic than her. A true global citizen who's experienced different cultures and workplaces and shares similar philosophies to that of this community and what we're striving to achieve. So, and I think we can all see why Calix is an inspiring workplace. So congratulations to them. Thank you so much. What a way to end.